It's Sunday again. Whoa, whoa. This week has flown by. It always does. Welcome to everyone to our next episode of Chat E. I am so excited for tonight's guest. This is a really, really cool one. Just wait for people to hop on. We're telling more followers to join your video. Sounds great. Hi, Lils. Hey, everyone. Excited to have you. Just waiting for a second on my guest. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Like I said, this all goes by so quickly. It's already over. Oh my gosh. Anyone do anything fun? Anything crazy? Gosh darn, turn that thing off. Alright, Olivia, I am about to request you. You should have gotten a request to join my live. If not, try and click on, sometimes it does this. Click on my name. Sippin Sidecar. Here, I got it. Okay, cool. Request just now. There we go. Hey, how are ya?
Good, how are you?
Good. Sometimes this works for me right away, and sometimes it takes a second. But I'm so excited.
Yeah, same.
This is actually probably one of the most... Okay, I wrote down a couple words to kind of introduce you. I'll get started.
Okay.
But, hi, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of Chat E. Tonight's small business is one of the most innovative and creative and so much fun. Like, probably one of the most fun businesses we've had so far. So I am so excited to introduce you to Olivia of the Sippin Sidecar. She is located in Tampa, Florida, and she is here to tell you all about what she has going on. Hi, Olivia. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, great. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. It was nice. I got to relax a little, so it was good. How about you?
Good. It was good. I was actually supposed to work, like I told you, and I showed up yesterday, and then the mom was like, oh, I forgot you were on the calendar, so then I got off this weekend, so that was nice, because it would have been a long weekend. So.
Right.
It was good. It was definitely good. So, do you want to start off and just kind of give a little intro about yourself, and then we'll kind of dive into your business?
Sure. So my name is Olivia. I own the Sippin Sidecar, so it's a mobile bar for weddings and events. I also currently have a full-time job as a financial analyst, so as I'm starting my business, I'm able to have that additional income. And yeah, I just graduated with my MBA also this year, so that was cool too.
Yeah, good for you. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So, I was just going and showing my parents. They were like, so who are you going to interview tonight? And I was like, my name's Olivia. She has this really cool business called the Sippin Sidecar. And I showed them pictures of my dad. My dad doesn't even drink. And he was like, that's so cool. Like, both of them were like, this is sick. Like, and your most recent pictures, everything that you have going on looks so much fun and so wonderful. So, like I said, very pumped to dive into this. So like you said, Sippin Sidecar is a mobile bar that you can take to different events, and that's what you've been doing. So when did you get started?
So I purchased the trailer at the beginning of the year, and we started renovations probably in around April, and then I actually launched my business in June. So that is when I first got some pictures taken. I met other local wedding vendors, and we did photo shoots with the bar. So that's really when I launched, and then I had my first wedding was on Halloween, actually. So that was a ton of fun.
Wow. Wait, so for most of the, like, have you been hosting other events beforehand, or that was your, like, first big one?
That was my first big one. I had a bachelorette party before a couple months ago, so that was my actual first event.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was my first real wedding. My big event was on Halloween.
Wait, oh my gosh, so how many people did they have, and can you tell us a little bit about the experience? How'd it go?
Sure. Yeah, sure. I think it ended up being around 80 people. It was a ton of fun at a venue that had a house on property and a pool. So it was a really chill wedding, which was nice.
Right.
And it went well for me. Luckily, there was a coordinator at the event. So if I had questions, I could go to her.
Right.
She was familiar with the bride and also the property that we were at. So that was really nice. I had my friend there helping me bartend. So of course, it's really nice to have a second set of hands there as well. But I think overall, it went very well, very smooth. I had a ton of fun. My friend said that she thinks it went really well. So it's good to have that second opinion. So yeah.
That's so cool. Good for you. So how were you feeling going into it? Like this was your first event with your new business. How were you?
Yeah. I was super nervous. I did spend a lot of time planning because
Sure.
I wanted to make sure I had everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was really nervous. I just wanted everything to go right. I really wanted the couple and the guests to have a great time and for it to be like a great part of the wedding and something I didn't have to worry about.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think it went really well. I had a ton of fun. I just prepped a lot. And then afterwards I was like, okay, it wasn't that bad. I was nervous for like nothing, but yeah.
Of course. Yeah, and it's your first time. Even people who
Mm-hmm.
like are, singers or actors and actresses, they still get nervous sometimes too. So that's just all part of the gig. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
That was so recent. So
Yeah.
how are you going about as you're like just started your business relatively recently, how are you going about finding your clientele? Your Instagram page, which I will attach when we're finished so people can check you out and follow you. You have tons of pictures of awesome drinks and your trailer and everything is so cool. But how are you finding your clientele? Like through marketing and like through social media, or how are you
Yeah.
finding that?
It is mainly through social media. So a lot of people that I talked to have said they found me on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So that is like the main source of way people find me. I do have a Facebook page as well. So people have reached out to me on there, but it is a lot of social media based.
Mm-hmm.
I have run a couple ads on both Facebook and Instagram. Facebook actually like blocked it and then they wouldn't tell me why. And I was like, okay, whatever. But Instagram still ran the ad. But yeah, a lot of just mainly social media, the mouth to mouth connections, because when I do photo shoots with other wedding vendors,
Right.
we tag everyone that's from that photo shoot. So
Okay.
clients can see me on other wedding vendors' pages as well.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. And that's a great way to like network and get the word out about your business. Very cool. So when you were going into designing your trailer, what was your like thought behind what you wanted? How did you come up with what you have now?
Yeah, so I really wanted something very clean. My trailer, the outside is white, the inside walls are white. I do have like a pattern design, but it is white. And I was like nervous at first that it would be too plain,
Right.
but I think it's a nice base, so it can go with really any type of event. People can add whatever decor they want, and it just works because it's a clean base for them. So I just wanted something that I thought looked cute. My trailer is a 1962 Shasta, so it is a vintage trailer. I wanted to keep some touches with that, like the Shasta wings is what they're known for. So I left that on the trailer. But something that really anyone could like, and it could go with really any event.
And I think that has definitely been achieved through all of the pictures that you're taking. They all look beautiful. When you guys check it out, Olivia's Instagram, the Sippin Sidecar Instagram, a beautiful aesthetic. But I think that was so smart because it's fits everywhere.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I was nervous at first that it would be too plain, but I've had good feedback, so I'm happy that we did it the way we did.
Right. I definitely think clean is the way to go because if you had a certain pattern or like a crazy color and then, could clash with people's wedding colors and all that different stuff. So exactly. I think it's definitely very smart. It looks great.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I have a feeling that next year when a lot of these weddings are rescheduled, you're going to be so busy.
Yeah, that's the goal. We have a lot of outdoor wedding venues here in Florida, which is super nice. There's weddings every weekend at all of them, basically.
Right.
But with people rescheduling to 2021, a lot of vendors are booked. So even though I'm a new business, it could be beneficial for me because everyone is still looking for those vendors again sometimes. So
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I definitely think you will have a ton of people coming your way. And like I said, it's so cute and so different, which we'll talk about more, but such a great idea.
Thank you.
So impressive.
Thanks.
So did you go to bartending school? Is that kind of how you've learned to go about making the cocktails that you make?
Yeah, I did. So when I first thought that I wanted to do the business, I did go to bartending school because I just wanted to know what I was doing,
Right.
be able to craft different things properly and know the different, because there are different rules around different drinks. So I did want to know them. So I decided to go to bartending school, which I'm really happy I did. And now it's like I love making drinks. I think it's a ton of fun. I can just experiment with different ones.
Sure.
And I create signature cocktails for my clients as well.
Mm-hmm.
So for their events, we have like a signature cocktail package that I can help them create one, or if they have like one that
Sure.
they love, we'll serve those at the events as well.
That's one of my questions later on, so that's so
Okay.
good to know. Good. Very fun to learn about. Awesome. So, let me see where I want to go because I had stuff from all over the place. Okay, so you said that for the most recent wedding that you did, you were able to have a friend do it with you. So, how
Mm-hmm.
much space is there in your? You said 62 Shasta. Is that
Yeah.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
cool? Never. I would have never known. So, how much space is there within your trailer? Like, how many people
Yeah.
can you fit in there at the moment?
Yeah, so I probably could fit three. It's very comfortable with two people in it. We have it set up that we each have like our own workstations on each side. So it is comfortable with two for sure. I could probably fit three if needed for like larger events when we needed an extra person.
Sure.
But right now I have like two is like pretty comfortable for it.
Awesome. And so, when you said both sides, so like, is there windows on both sides, and so you're like both facing out, or like two next to each other on both sides of that?
Yeah. Window on one side of the trailer, so we would be like standing next to each other at the counter there in that window. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Awesome. And so then you said your full-time job has to do with finance, financial
Yep. I'm a
advisor,
financial analyst. Yep.
analyst, financial analyst. Okay, cool. So then you decided to go to bartending school because you knew there was something else that you wanted to start. So how did you come up with this idea in the first place of wanting to open the Sippin Sidecar when what you're doing is already awesome, but they're not really related? You know, this
Yeah.
is fun and all that.
Yeah, so I always wanted something like a business of my own, something that I could create, be my own boss. So I knew I always wanted to do something like that.
Yep.
Um, and then I was just like scrolling through pictures in my phone one day and I saw like a screenshot I had taken of a mobile bar like months ago.
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a super cute idea. It's something that I could do because it's mainly nights and weekends for events. So I could still have my full-time job while I'm
Sure.
starting it. And I was like, this could be a ton of fun. Like, why not? I like creating drinks anyways. So I think this is something I could really enjoy. And I kind of just took off from there, didn't stop.
No, that's so cool. That's how you do it. You
Yeah.
just gotta find something that you enjoy and then, yeah, go for it. That's awesome. Good
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank
I
you.
feel like so many people get caught up in their full-time job and, we want to do all these extra things, but it's kind of hard to find the time or find the drive to learn a new skill. But the fact that you went to bartending school, which was a super smart idea because it proves too when you're like pitching yourself to potential clients, that you're like, hey, I actually know what I'm doing. I'm not going
Right.
to give you a drink that's yucky.
Exactly.
Yeah, you've done your research and done your thing. So did you have help making your trailer when you were coming up with the design and everything?
Yeah. So a friend that I went to high school with, he like remodels houses. So I reached out to him and he's helped
Cool.
with all of the construction. So that's been awesome that he helped me with that.
Yeah, that was super nice. Definitely.
Mhm.
And how did you come up with the name, the Sippin Sidecar?
Okay, so I spent so long trying to figure out a name. I had no idea what I wanted to do.
Right.
And then my friend bought me like this little sign from like the dollar section at Target, and it said the sidecar with like the drink recipe. And I was like, wait a second, like that could be really good because it is a trailer. And like a sidecar is also a drink, so kind of just like played off of off of each other. So then we just kind of tried to find the adjective or whatever to make it alliteration, make it sound better. So we just went through different names. I got a bunch of different opinions, and that's how we landed with the Sippin Sidecar.
And okay, so what's the sidecar? What's the cocktail sidecar? What's in it?
Yeah. So it's a martini. It's brandy, lemon juice, and triple sec, which is just like a citrus. So it's a really simple drink to make. I think it's delicious because I like citrus stuff. But yeah.
Okay. Cool. I think I've heard of that. I used to work at a country club, and I think that was something that people used to order. I was going to say they ordered the motorcycle, but I think it was called the sidecar.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the motorcycle. Okay. Yeah, okay. But I haven't tried it. That's very cool and very creative, and especially for people that drink or like know that,
Yeah.
makes sense. Super
Right.
cute. Very creative.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So, I have them all over the place. So I'm like, okay, where do we go next from here? Okay, so I saw this on TikTok recently, but someone who is also like a bartender, and I guess she does events or she does catering or something, was saying that at events, like at weddings or whatever, and when you're coming as the bartender, there's must-haves that the wedding like totally should order. If that makes sense. Like she just said something make sure you have napkins and you order things like that, or the what did you call it, the him and her drinks kind of thing?
Yeah, the signature cocktails. Yeah.
Signature cocktails. So do you think, is there anything in specific that when catering an event like this that you think if you want to incorporate a bar and something like that would be really like fun and like important to incorporate?
Yeah, so I think my main thing are the signature cocktails. I know that the couples, usually at weddings, if it's a couple, they love to help create them, but also they're a big hit for the guest as well.
Right.
So I help my couples come up with like whatever alcohol they want for the wedding, and then we come up with the signature cocktails. But I was actually really surprised. A big learning experience at my first wedding was how many people actually did want a signature cocktail compared to like normal common ones, like like vodka and cranberry, things like that. So I think it's a nice little extra thing to have are those signature cocktails. We also add decor to our bar that fits the theme, so I think that's yeah exactly. Yeah. So I also had another wedding last week, and it was like a retro theme. So we added like different decor for that as well. So it just kind of ties it all in. It's aesthetically pleasing. So I think that's a big thing for the bar too.
Okay, no, yeah, I totally agree. So what were the cocktails looking like on Halloween?
Yeah, so they had one signature cocktail. It was a sparkling blood orange cocktail. So vodka, blood orange juice, and then Prosecco on top. And then we had a dehydrated blood orange for the garnish. So a nice Halloween, well-themed drink. But yeah, people loved it. So I was happy about that too.
That's very fun. And I think it's really cool that, that's part of your business and what you're offering, that you're going to like sit down with them and help them figure something out. And like, you also have tips and can kind of, suggest what they like, kind of find out and dabble with them about what they're leaning towards. That's really cool. And so wait, you had another wedding last week?
I did. So I had my first wedding Halloween, and then my second wedding like the Thursday after that. So it was back to back. That one was fun too, more small, intimate wedding. So it was really nice.
Very nice. And what did they do for their specialty cocktails? I'm very interested.
Yeah. So we had two different kinds of like punches. So one was just a rum punch, a bunch of different juices and rum in there. We put in club soda to make it more sparkling. And then the second one was a coconut rum sunrise. So coconut rum, pineapple juice, orange juice, and then grenadine to give it that sunrise effect. So that was a huge hit there as well.
Very cool. That sounds delicious. Honestly, both of them sound really good.
Yeah, it was good.
And then for a bar that like, when you are bringing in the alcohol, do they kind of, is it like an open bar kind of thing, or do they kind of like tell you what they're going to need and you grab it for them and kind of have it in the bar, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the way that it works with liquor laws here in Florida, and every state is different, is that me, the bar owner, we cannot provide the alcohol. and we can't sell it. So it does have to be an open bar format. And then my clients, they purchase the alcohol and give it to me.
Okay.
I help them figure out how much they need of everything.
Sure.
So they provide the alcohol, but I provide everything else. So mixers, garnishes, cups, ice, everything else is provided by me except the
Right.
alcohol.
Okay. That's cool, but that's good to
Yeah.
know. So yeah, then they're very aware and you can walk through them with everything. That's awesome. And so in general, what do you hope to do with the Sippin Sidecar in the future? So this is a very new business. You're clearly doing really well from the jump. So congratulations.
Thanks. Thank
Super
you.
awesome. You're welcome. But would you like to kind of make this end up being like a full-time gig? And so this is kind of like, you know, you're doing events all the time, and especially once the pandemic's over and like people
Right.
find out about you, you're gonna be like popping off. Like people are gonna need you and want you from every angle, you know?
Thanks.
Is this
Yeah.
kind of something you hope to keep as like just a side business, or is this something you want to end up doing full time?
Yeah, ideally it is something I would like to do full time. I told myself I would give myself probably 2 years and then I'd like to do it full time. And then also with that, the goal is to have multiple bars, like different types, different styles. Yeah. So that's the goal for the future, is to be able to do that and hopefully do full time.
So that means like you would have a couple different mobile trailers and they could kind of pick what they'd want.
Yeah, exactly. Because mobile bars, like mine is a camper bar. Other common ones are made out of horse trailers, so that's like a different feel. Or even just like a freestanding bar if people don't want a trailer. So just having a couple of different options for them.
No, I think that's awesome. And then you can also have employees. You have other people working the event. Very
Yeah,
cool. You can have all of them rented out for the weekend. And
exactly.
then that's awesome. Very profitable too. So good for you. That's very fun.
Thanks.
I told you, and I've decided I'm not traveling for a little while because like not flying at the time.
Yeah.
This time. I was supposed to be going to Colorado in a couple weeks to visit one of my best friends, but because of all of this and having to quarantine for 2 weeks when I come back with my job,
Right.
Definitely when all of this is over, I would love to come check out what you're doing and bring friends, and we will rent out the Sippin Sidecar.
Yeah, let's do it. I'd be so excited.
It would be so fun, and it's an awesome way for you to meet people. Are you pretty extroverted, would you say?
If I need to be, yeah. Like I'm like extroverted in that kind of setting, and then I get to go home and I'm like, oh yes, time to myself. But yeah, but when we're in the setting, definitely extroverted, yeah.
No, I just think seriously, I applaud you because so many people have ideas like what you're doing, but they don't do it. And so you asked me when we talked on the phone a couple weeks ago how I came across you, and I was like, I'm literally looking for these cool cool small businesses that like people need to know about because people are so cool and creative. It's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the craziest thing is that it's so new and that you're doing so well. Like I feel like that's the most mind-blowing thing. And you're only going to go up from here. So,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Of course. So for anyone ever interested in, you know, having the Sippin Sidecar at an event or doing anything of the sort, so how does the like charge work per se? Like, is it an hourly kind of a thing, or do you do it based off of the alcohol? I think that's just kind of like a good thing for people to understand how things, or for anyone getting married in the future in general, you know, how things work.
For sure. So the way we do it, I have a couple of different packages. One is like a beer and wine only. I have beer, wine, and signature cocktails. So a couple of different packages to choose from. And then how we go from there is there's an hourly fee that includes like rental of the mobile bar, our setup and tear down, travel within 50 miles. I have insurance that's covered in that as well. And then there is a per person charge, and that is what covers the ice, cups, garnishes, mixers, all of those things. Because obviously with more people, it's more money that we spend on purchasing those items.
Sure.
So the hourly fee for that, per person fee, and then we have the hourly fee for the bartenders.
No, I think that's good. And it's really over quarantine, more than ever, so many people are getting engaged. They're either moving their weddings or they're going to get engaged and get married next year. So there are so many people that, you know, need to get ready for these kind of things. But yeah, I mean, That's a good breakdown. And I know that like for a lot of people, the bar stuff can get really expensive, but it's also like a lot of times it just like makes the party, you know, it's part of everyone
Yeah.
enjoys it. So
Yeah, and what I've noticed with this as well, because I have my one of my good friends just got married recently. My other friend is getting married next year,
yep.
and they're getting married in hotels. And the bar packages, I'm able to see how much they are. And I've noticed, like with my mobile bar, if even if you purchase me my service and you purchase the alcohol, it's like way cheaper than what you're spending on open bar service at these other venues. So. And I price it that way on purpose because I want to be exciting, but
For
also
sure.
affordable. Yeah, so that's what I've noticed as well. So, I mean, yeah, you're spending a lot of money on your bar service no matter where you go, but why not have like a cute aesthetic with it, you know?
No, totally. And I also think that like when it comes down to it, honestly, being more affordable is better because maybe you have to work a few more events, but you'll be more profitable because more people will hire you because they can
Right.
afford it. Realistically, like I worked as a caterer at a hotel in Baltimore in Maryland, just with like for weddings, and like I worked at 300 person, like 299 person wedding on New Year's Eve one time. That's
Mm-hmm.
ton of people, you know, ginormous in this huge, beautiful ballroom. But, you know, $50,000, like, plus it was so expensive.
Right.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
alcohol, definitely probably like 10,000 just for alcohol, like ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I think it's smart to be affordable and like have the great aesthetic because then a lot more people come to you because realistically, a lot more people can afford affordable.
Right. Exactly.
Very smart, very smart. And I know that
Thanks.
hotels and all that stuff can get crazy.
Right. They
So
can. Yes.
very smart. So clearly your bar is mobile, so that's unique. But what would you say makes what you're doing different, other than what I just said, or you can just say that, other people, or what do you want to bring to the table that you want other people to look at you and be like, this is what I want in my wedding or my event?
Yeah. So I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier too, but um, I think what I would like for my business to stand out with are the signature cocktails.
Yeah,
Because you can get that open bar format, but you're just getting like the common mixers and
right.
alcohol with it and common liquor. So I think what I would like to stand out are the signature cocktails. It's something fun that we can create together. It's something that you guys will like. We can theme it based on like your theme or your colors. We can like create them different ways that way. So that is something aside from like having a bar trailer that I would like to stick out with.
No, I love it. I think that's great. And it makes it, I can tell from us talking now that you're very personable. So it's definitely, you know, people are able to talk with you and feel comfortable. The fact, like I said, that you've gone to bartending school is huge. So you know what you're talking about. You know, if you don't
Mm-hmm.
know a drink and they want something, you can look it up and, you know,
Right.
which is good. And no, I think that that's super special. At some of the weddings that I've worked at before, I didn't see the signature cocktails until recently. More so, I don't know if that's like a new thing or I just didn't know about them, I guess. But I've seen those in a lot of your pictures and they always look so nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. So, what is your drink of choice personally?
Um, One of my favorites is a lemon drop. I kind of mentioned that I like the citrusy.
Very
So that's my favorite, but I kind of go across the board. I like to try anything.
mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge tequila drinker, mainly because like, I mean, it gives everyone mixed reactions, but I just like fall asleep instantly when I drink it. So I don't drink tequila that often, but I'm down to try a little bit of anything.
That's good. No, I think, and as a bartender, I think the flexibility with trying the different cocktails and different alcohols is important too.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, Olivia, I am so excited for what's in store for you. Your business is booming already, and it's so cool. Do you have any tips that you kind of want to like end out on and share with anyone, just kind of about, you know, going after their dreams or just what
Mhm.
you're doing, anything of the sort?
Yeah, so I know it's like just cliche, but honestly, just go for it. So, I mean, you're not always going to have the support that you need or that you want from the people around you. Sometimes maybe they just don't even know how to support you. But if it's something that you can see yourself doing and that you think you want to try, just go for it. I think in a lot of ways you can learn from failing in certain areas, not even like your business fails, but if something doesn't work, you can learn from it and you know not to try that or like what to change. So I really think just go for it. It's hard. It's really hard. Like I work, you know, like 15-hour days sometimes, like working and then just coming home and still working. So it is a lot of work. Don't give up. Just go for it. I mean, like even with my trailer, the one I wanted was actually in Ohio. I'm in Florida. And so like I messaged the lady and I was like, hey, is this still available? And she's like, no, sorry. And then she like messaged me back and she's like, hey, it's available if you still want it. So I called my dad. I was like, we're driving to Ohio tonight. Like, we're just going to go. And like, we just went and picked up the trailer.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you just kind of have to just go for it. It's a lot of work, but follow your dreams. If you want to do it, just do it. You just got to push yourself and keep pushing yourself. And then it will pay off. It really will.
I think that's wonderful advice. And, you know, all of these people that are checking this out are going to be watching you and watching you expand and see that you did just that. Even though it's tricky and scary, sometimes you decided you want to do something and you went for it, and then you're going to be super successful. So I did just think of one more question that I'd like to ask. So you said you wanted to expand and have a couple different kinds of like bars, but would you potentially want to like expand enough that you would be out of Florida, or would you want to stay like within the state? So like, I mean, that would be a really big business. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, like I'm in another state. That'd be kind of cool. And I bet they have stuff like that around here, but I've never heard of it before.
Yeah. So I think right now, what I have in mind is just staying in Florida. And that just kind of goes along with each state has different laws regarding the mobile bars and alcohol in general. So right now, I kind of just want to expand within Florida.
Yeah.
And maybe one day we would get there. But right now, I think just Florida is what I'm focusing on.
I think that's a really good point. Didn't even think about that. The liquor laws, even at different restaurants.
Yep, exactly.
For sure, it's so different. Well, where can everybody go to find out about you?
Yeah. So I'm on Instagram and Facebook at the Sippin Sidecar. And then my website is thesippinsidecar.com. So you can go to any of those places.
Awesome. Well, I am going to tag all of those under this so people can click on them and check them out. And thank you so much.
Yay. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You are amazing. And I can't wait to come check out the Sippin Sidecar for myself.
Yeah, let me know when you're here. I'll show you guys for sure.
Of course I will. Have a great night. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.